What's up? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to my latest class, Clippers 101, starring Paul George. Somebody want to tell me, I think it was on Paul George's podcast, he was talking about how Doc Rivers, during the Doc Rivers days, when he was on the Clippers, how he said Doc Rivers schemes didn't work well. Basically, they were trash. You remember that? Paul George saying that not too long back. You know how James Harden basically you could say that he got Doc Rivers up out of Philly before he ended up going out of Philly himself. And they replaced him with Nick Nurse. Now Nick Nurse, NBA Finals championship coach, right? But first of all, somebody say anything about him leaving the first round? But anyways, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about Nick Nurse. I'm going back to Paul George. No, we're gonna talk about the Clippers as a whole, not just Paul George. So, like I said, James Harden fails in Philly under Doc Rivers, comes to LA in the beginning of the season. Kawhi Leonard, two-time champion. Russell Westbrook. No, I'm gonna leave Russ out of this. I'm gonna leave Russ out of this for a reason. Some of the reasons these guys probably already know already. I'm gonna talk about these three guys. Three. Because what Russell Westbrook did this year, sacrifice his starting position for James Harden, was very honorable after everybody literally crucified this guy for a whole season and a half. So we're going to leave Westbrook out of this one. But I also feel that he might be coming towards the end of his career. Now these three right here all played under Doc Rivers, right? Now they will. All three of them play under Ty Lue, right? Right. Exactly. What did all three of them do this year? Because I don't want to hear that excuse about Kawhi Leonard being hurt. Because it seems like Kawhi Leonard played to the tune of him getting a new contract. And once that new contract was accomplished, ow, my knee. My knee. I can't play, guys. I can't play. Even when he was out there against the Dallas Mavericks in the playoffs, he was still out there getting cooked along with the rest of them. Now, going back to Paul George saying Doc Rivers schemes or offensive schemes are all bad. I know. I live streamed game one, right? I live streamed game one. I do recall just last night, Paul George trying to drive to the basket consecutive times, getting stuffed, getting stopped. I'm like, why is Paul George continuing to keep going to the basket trying to force a layup when he has was it Daniel Gafford and the other Dallas big man down there, along with the grabbing hands of the wing players of the Dallas Mavericks? Why is he doing that? Why not just pull up for a jumper, for a mid-range? Why do you keep forcing the issue, losing the ball, causing turnovers, looking flustered out there? Why is that? My dad even texted me and asked, why is Paul George continuing to keep going to the basket with little success? Especially when you know that the Dallas defense, they know you're going to try to go to the basket every time. So why not try something new? Something refresh. Because you can't just sit up and say, but this, no. Dallas improved their defense throughout this whole entire series. They recognized what Paul George did. So whose schemes really do suck? Is it really Doc Rivers, or really is it Paul George, the player? Is it really James Harden, the player? James Harden disappeared once again. See, I try to tell you guys that it's not Doc Rivers' fault. These two, I can't count really Kawhi a part of this, even though, you know what, he did choke in 2020. These three are chokers. They're the Los Angeles chokers. They're the Los Angeles strippers chokers. Man, I should call them strippers. Because the Los Angeles chokers, that's reserved for the Chargers. Because they choke too. But anyways, I guess for the sake of this video, we'll call them chokers. But hold on right quick. I gotta take a call. Why is people calling me right now? Hold on. I told you not too long ago, it's not always the coaches. It's these players who don't play within the system. And when they do solo type acts like Paul George was doing in Game 6 and even Game 5 that caused the breakdown of the Clippers offense to the point when they got their ass handed to them twice in 2 games. That's not Doc Rivers' fault. Doc Rivers is not there anymore. The results are still the same. Results are still the same with Paul George and James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Nothing's changed. So when are we going to get this through our thick skulls that it's not Doc Rivers is a bad coach? It's just a bunch of players that think they know more than the coaches, and so they do stupid ass stuff like this. I told you in my video about LeBron getting Darvin Ham fired. This is no longer, the coaches are no longer in charge. It's the players. The coaches have no power. The players have all the power to make stupid decisions like this and cause chaos among their teams. And then when it doesn't want to work out, oh, I want to get traded. I want to leave. I don't want to be here. I want to create a super team. Here's what we're going to do for now on, at least on my channel. This is what we're going to do. For now on, I no longer want to hear how these players that are playing now, not so much Anthony Edwards, Shea, they still got time to go. I'm talking about the supposed superstars of the modern NBA from anywhere from 2010 up until now, at least. The hierarchy. The ones who are already established. I no longer want to hear about them being greater than Jordan. I don't want to hear about them being greater than Bird, Magic, Kareem, Hakeem, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Dirk, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Wilt, Dr. J, Moses Malone. The list goes on. I no longer want to fucking hear that anymore. And that's my one curse word for today. Because I waited a little bit too far on Thursday night. I'll be honest. I no longer want to hear that no more. I don't want to hear about them being... No, I don't want to hear about LeBron being number 2 behind Jordan. I do not want to hear that. I don't want to hear about Jason Tatum. I don't want to hear about none of that anymore. Nada. I don't care if they get 1 ring. Nada. De nada. No. No. No more. Nope. I don't want to hear it anymore. Because these guys do not stand the test of time. They're uncoachable. They're divas. They're rude, unruly. They think they know more than the coach, LeBron James. Getting coaches fired. Not playing as a team. Worrying about oneself. Being a solo act. Showing no heart, no desire, no passion to win. Taking the easy way out and still failing. I remember when Kawhi Leonard did call himself the king of LA. Well, unfortunately, Kawhi is not the king of LA. Paul George is not the king of LA. James Harden definitely not the king of LA. LeBron not the king of LA. Anthony Davis not the king of LA. And I think half of these people are actually from LA, with the exception of Anthony Davis and LeBron. They're from my areas, the Midwest. It's funny though. Kawhi calling himself the king of LA, knowing that he's from there. Actually, he grew up not too far from where I was at in California. The there's really only, you could say, one, maybe two kings of LA as far as this basketball thing. I think the true king of LA, if you want to go this route, he's been since passed away 4 years ago now. That was the king of LA. He wasn't even from there. He was from Philly. That was the king of LA. Everybody loved him for his play on the court, for his determination, his will, his passion for the game. And you also can say Magic. I guess Magic will be now the king of LA. But those two were considered kings of LA because they embodied LA. They embodied the Lakers. So there's that. Class dismissed. Paul George is a bum. Kawhi Leonard's a bum. Taking money. James Harden's a bum. In the discussion. I don't want to hear about them no more. No more. They failed again.